Not even exaggerating, this is one of the most evil videos I've seen from the globalist elite, and you'll see just why in a second. Also keep in mind, look at those thumbs down. Folks, before I go on, remember that if you've been following the channel, watching some of my videos, I would really appreciate it if you do subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell button. The algorithm of YouTube is quite brutal. Google in general, with us that have a different way of viewing things, not aligned with the narrative that they want to push. So seriously, subscribing to the channel does help quite a bit. Also, it is right now at a 10% discount, Surviving the Economic Collapse. Take advantage. I don't control that either. That is on Amazon that does these discounts, not my choice, or I have any control over that. So 10% off right now, Surviving the Economic Collapse, based on my experience in Argentina, which you definitely want to get, and Street Survival Skills, both available there below. So as I was saying, one of the most evil videos I've seen in a very long time. This is straight out of the globalist elite. Why? Because this is The Economist. The Economist is, yeah, it's BlackRock, it's the British monarchy, the British royal family has a large percentage of this as well. So this is as globalist, BlackRock, Vanguard's, this is as globalist as it gets. And anytime you see anything from The Economist. So when I saw this, I knew exactly what to expect. But you still have to listen to appreciate how horrible, evil, and against nature, really, this actually is. Is it worth having kids? Well, of course not. The elites that have numerous kids themselves, they perpetuate themselves through time, generations. It is family fortune. It is generational wealth that they accumulate. They tell you, don't have kids. We're the ones that should have kids. This is like you telling your ants or cockroaches or whatever pests you have, wherever it is that you live, yeah, you know what? Don't reproduce yourselves. Why would you want to do that? You know how expensive it is to have kids. What, you think you're going to be happy having kids? No, you're mistaken. You're not a boy. You're not a girl. You're not a man. You're not a woman. You think you're something which you're not. You think you'd be happy doing the one thing we've been placed in this fucking planet for, which is reproducing ourselves. No, that will not bring you any kind of joy. That's all like confusion. Check this out.
So having children makes people happy, right?
No, you're God.
In the short term, yes.
Yeah.
But in the long term, not necessarily.
Oh, no.
According to academics,
According.
it's likely Jessica was experiencing what's known as a happiness bump.
Oh, it's a happiness bump.
Mother's happiness levels rise in the years leading up to giving birth.
Oh.
But that's where they peak.
Oh, what? It peaks. This is a scientific chart, guys. This is The Economist. It's a serious publication. The source, Miko Mirirakri and Rachel Magorlis from 2014. Who could possibly doubt this pile of bullshit based on the survey of 1,300 women? Jesus Christ, this is as scientific as it could possibly get. So, you have a happiness bump. Britain happiness of women. First child, you're happy. Okay.
Within a few years, return to the level they were before the kid was born.
We've been studying men and women in couples, with and without children, and we see that...
if there's a guy I wouldn't want to be like or follow any kind of advice, would be this fucker there, but let's keep on listening.
The levels of happiness and life satisfaction, mental health and loneliness are quite similar.
Loneliness are similar. So having no, do you see how they're gaslighting us? And this, yeah, these people, they exist. We have to accept that all sorts of people exist in the world. Flat earthers, evil, degenerates, perverts. I mean, all sorts of people exist, including people that will gaslight you, including people, yeah, honestly, some people that don't want to have kids and should not have kids. The same case for people that have serious mental issues and should not adopt kids or have kids themselves. So just following the advice of a publication, a company that has a very clear narrative with a very clear agenda to push, that also happens that finds someone within academia, and I'm using that term so lightly that I have to use the air quotes here. Yeah, there's a great video about the air quotes, Viva la Dirt, if you want to look it up, very funny. Yeah, you will find any sorts of bullshit research that just tries to prove any sort of bullshit point. But to try to prove the point that you're not less lonely because you have a fucking family, are you crazy?
Couples with and without children, and we see that their levels of happiness and life satisfaction, mental health and loneliness are quite similar. That's quite consistent across a lot of different countries.
Some factors do affect people's happiness, such as their income and whether they are single parents. Parents in countries with stronger welfare systems also report higher levels of happiness. But all in all, there isn't much difference between the life satisfaction of parents and people without kids.
So you get it. There's no, and then it makes a point about how expensive it is to have kids. They just try to convince you that no, don't have kids. It's expensive and you're not going to be any more happy. It is a lie. By far, for rich people, for poor people, the greatest source of joy most human beings have, as in 99%, it is your kids. No matter what you achieve professionally in terms of any personal development that you have, nothing compares to the joy you have by having kids you love. Like, you won't even love yourself in your entire life, because that's the natural thing for you to do. It's not about God. It's not about a Christian mandate. No, it is biology. You are designed to do this. You are made to reproduce, grow and reproduce. That's the only thing nature ever gave a fuck about you, that you reproduce. That's the only thing it's intended for all living creatures. We're going not only against human nature, we're going against nature, we're going against life itself with this kind of agenda. Guys, that's going to be all for now. See you in the next video. Take care.